So just a quick one on how to change your volume spacers or volume reducing spacers in the Rockshox Deluxe and SuperDeluxe. So first of all, let all the air out of your shock, obviously. I used to actually take the valve out, so remove that valve core completely just to make sure that it was done. It was just a routine that I used to go through to make sure that I don't accidentally open the can up or open the forks up without taking all that air out. So that's just a fail safe. So after that, once all the air's out, you've got to either use a pipe wrench, or I just use a little bit of leverage. So I've got this tool here, stick it in there and give it a twist. So I've already loosened this, so it's not hard, but pipe wrench comes in handy. So I've got a pipe wrench there, which is not too bad. I got that from Bunnings. It's not great. This one's not great. I'd probably get a better one from, say, TradeLink or something, but it does the job. You just got to be careful not to damage the can, obviously. So unscrew that, and just be mindful when you're coming to the end of that unscrewing stage. If there's still pressure in the negative air chamber, it's going to kind of pop a little bit. So put a little bit of forward force back into the can, so you're pushing on the threads a little bit, and then once it loosens, you might hear a bit of a psss. This obviously won't, because I've already had it off. But get it to that stage, and you'll feel it wants to slide back. So you got to pull it back, kind of pin it. If you keep pulling it back, you'll eventually release that air out of the negative air chamber, but there it goes. So now it's free, it's staying where it is. It's just going to take a little bit more force to get it back up now. But so we've got this spacer, the O-ring that's just been replaced. So that was right up there when I initially took it off. It's not moving at all. It's excellent. I've just done a little video on that as well. So I pull that O-ring out the way, all the way down. If you've got this spacer mechanism going on, pull that down. This is a stroke reducing spacer. Pull that out of the way. That's only specific to your Trek slash and remedy. Pull that down, and now we've got access to the spacers. So I've got the equivalent of 3.5 in here right now, and I'm going to take the single token out and the 2.5 token Nardog token out and replace it with 3 standard tokens. So I'm going from 3.5 to 3. So I'll usually use a pick, so a nice sharp pick, just being mindful of where you're putting it in there. Bit hard with trying to get it on the camera angle, but I'll put that pick in there and just lever it out, so I'm not doing any damage to anything in there. Pop it out, put it aside, make sure it's clean obviously. If you drop it in the dirt, give it a clean up before you put anything back in. And then we've got this Nardog token. So this one's a little bit trickier to get out because of the shape of it, but still same story. Get your pick in there, pop it out. So now there's 0 spaces in there. That's the Nardog, so that's the equivalent of 2.5 spaces. NAR 2.5T. So that plus 1 was 3.5. A little bit spiky in the deeper hits. Still good, but I'm going to go back to 3 and see how it feels. So I've cleaned these up. These are ready to go in. And you just got to be mindful of where your valve comes in as well. So you got the valve just there. You don't want to be hitting that or blocking it off or doing any damage to that with your tokens. So in there, get it square, and they should just clip onto the housing that the top of the shaft goes into. So that's on nice and snug. Push it down as far as it goes. There we go. So that's clipped in, nice and snug. Number 2. So I always put them in with the number, so they've got a little number on the actual spacer itself, with the number facing the top of the shock. Two. Double check that it's clean. Get that out of the way. Number 3, done. Now from there, slide this spacer back up. Slide the O-ring back up. Yeah, I'm really impressed with this O-ring. It's much tighter fit than the standard Rockshox one, which has just been nothing but a problem with these track specific shocks. So that's nice and snug. Everything's good to go. Didn't get any dirt or any mess in there, which is good. Haven't got any unwanted objects in there. Now you want to start compressing it again. You can hear that. That's the negative air spring equalizing, so I've got that. And now we just push it together, screw it back together. Make sure your threads are clean as well. If you've got filth on the threads, won't be a pleasant situation. So that's done. I'm going to give it a quick wipe off because I've got greasy hands. Leverage again. Oh, my hands are way too greasy for this. I might need to get the... Oh no. And really snug hand tight is usually where you want it with these shocks. Officially you should do it to torque specific torque, but tight, hand tight is basically where it needs to be. If you do it like half-assed, nipped up, you might have trouble with it coming loose, but if you got a bit of leverage, sticky hands, you should be able to get a real good lock on that. Just be mindful not to cut your hand open with that. I've done that before and ripped my knuckle open pretty good. So that's it. That's how you change your spacers on your Rockshox Deluxe and SuperDeluxe.